Okay, so today we are going to start building the face and putting things where they go on the face. And some of this is like, you gotta trust me. Because when we did the pre-assessment of the faces, lots of aliens to be had. But we want to fix that, and usually it's dependent on the eyes. And that's the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to put in the lines of where things go. So the first thing that I'd like you to do is to find the lowest part of the chin and just simply put a little mark. Find the top of the head, the highest point there, and put a little mark. Then take your ruler and use it as a straight edge. And very, very lightly put a line because you're going to want to eventually erase that line. So don't make it super dark. Now, if you look at your ruler markings, you will see that it is pretty close to 7 inches. So we're just going to call it 7 inches. If we divide 7 inches in half, we get 3.5. So we're going to come down our ruler. We're going to go 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 1/2 inch. And we're going to make a little mark right there. So what we're going to do now is, with this little marking right here, do your best at drawing a straight line across your face. What we're going to do now is the line from here to here is your eye line. And laying my ruler on my eye line, just to be close to inches, I'm going to say it's about 5 inches wide. So how many eyes are there that cross the face? The face is made up of 5 eyes. So since how perfect, this is 5 inches. So let's mark off inch by inch by inch. So I'm going to just come right in here and I'm going to mark a 1 inch, a 2 inch, a 3 inch, a 4 inch. I don't have to mark the 5 because it's the side of my head, and I don't have to mark the 1 because it's the side of my head. Now, I'm going to only put in a few indicators. Don't do the details yet. But right here, I'm going to put a small little curve, and right here, a small little curve. I'm then going to come in here, and I'm going to put that little tear duct underneath my line like this. So I'm setting up the eyes. So now what we're going to do is we are going to erase because we don't need right here, and we actually don't even need right here, and we don't need over here. So you will see that we're ready for our eyes right there. Okay, now for the other measurements. In this part of the face, obviously, everything else is going to go except for the hairline. So I'm going to show you, if you're one that the ruler gives you issues, I'm going to tell you right now it's 3.5 inches. So if we divided 3.5 inches, we would get 1 3/4 inches. So if you are good with a ruler, you could mark that right here. If that's difficult for you, try the slide method. Put your finger here and your finger here, and at the same rate, come together. And where your fingers come together, hopefully will divide this space. And you're just going to put a little scoop for the indication of the beginning of the nose. Okay, so this 3.5 inch space, half it, 1 3/4, little scoop for the nose. Now we're going to go this remaining distance, and we're going to half that. And again, you can just take an estimate and then check it. But I'm going to put a small scoop, not big, but this will be the middle of the mouth. Not the top of the lips, but the middle of the mouth. Now what we're going to do is decide on feature width. So basically the width of the nose, and that's the nostril holes. If you come to your corner, your interior corner of your eyes, and if you just were to, you don't have to do this on yours, I'm going to so you see what's happening. So my nostril hole will come out that far. My nostril hole will come out this far. So that will be the width of my nose. Now if you imagine a circle right here of the eye and you come directly down, that indicates how wide the lips are. And the lips appear fairly wide right now. So put in your markings. Now we're left with the ears. The ears. If you were to measure the top of your ear and go over, you would find that it hits you right in the eye. If you were to go the lobe of your ear and go over, it hits you right at the bottom of the nose. Now we know that the ear starts in the face here, and it comes as high as the middle eye line, circles around, question mark, and it scoops in here. You start inside the face, it comes up, question mark, and the lobe comes around like this. So now you can get rid of these guidelines because we're going to put skin on the face. Before we do any details, we're going to put some skin. So on the lower part of my face here, go ahead and get rid of your marks. Mine I know are fairly dark, just so that you can see them. So, to just put the space for the hair, I'm going to take this above forehead, and I'm going to do my best at finding the middle. Now this is 3.5 inches, so in using my ruler, it's going to be 1 3/4, almost 2 inches. And I'm just going to put a little squiggly line to indicate the space where the hair will go, and we will later put a hairstyle on this head. So doing that, and erase this guideline because you no longer need it. So we have put our features in. We have not detailed anything, and we don't want to detail because the first thing we want to do is skin. I'm going to show you a really easy, handy thing to do, skin. In drawing, if you were to draw this head shape, I realize that I've put it on the paper so you can't erase it or change it. But if you were to draw the head shape and you wanted the head to look three-dimensional and look like it's coming off the paper, I would suggest to you to take your rendering pencil and put some lead. I wouldn't go completely under the entire chin, but I'm going to put some lead that will also help me with the skin. So notice that I render like this, and it looks pretty rough right now. But with a piece of paper towel, not only am I going to smooth this and soften it, I'm also going to use the dirty paper towel, smooth this, soften it, and I'm going to use my paper towel in my face. I'm also going to pick up some of this lead to put skin, and I would also put some color in the hair as well. Put a little bit more lead if I feel it as though I've used it all up. Now, the Martha Stewart moment. You have the placement down. Your goal is, you've learned ears already, you've learned noses, you've learned eyes, eyelashes, eyebrows, mouths. The only thing we haven't really learned is hair yet, so you're not going to worry about hair yet. But your goal is to get a very detailed face. And here's my Martha Stewart moment. Your goal is to get eyes with eyelashes, eyebrows, shaded ears, shaded nose, mouths, the philtrum, and we've already shaded the neck.